The village of Willowbrook was nestled between ancient forests and babbling brooks, where legends of enchantment flowed as freely as the river itself. Amidst the modest homes of this humble village lived old Lila, a woman known for her wisdom and kindness, and, most notably, her peculiar pot. The pot was a curious item, copper with faded engravings, and it glimmered with an otherworldly sheen, as if filled with sunlight even in the darkest hours. The tale of the pot's origins was mysterious. Some said Lila had received it from a traveling mage, while others claimed it had been buried for centuries before she discovered it by the riverside. No one knew for certain, but all knew it was magical. One autumn morning, little Tomas, a young boy with eyes as wide as his curiosity, approached old Lila. His family had fallen on hard times. The harvest had been scarce, and the cupboards were nearly bare. Shyly, he asked if the rumors were true, that her pot could help anyone in need. Old Lila looked at him thoughtfully, her wrinkled hands resting on the pot. This pot holds magic. Yes, but its gifts come only to those with pure hearts, she said. Tell me, Tomas, if the pot offered you one wish, what would you ask? Tomas thought for a moment. I'd ask for enough food to share with my family and our neighbors, he replied. Mama says if we all share, then no one goes hungry. Lila's eyes sparkled, and she nodded approvingly. She placed her hand on the pot and whispered words in a language Tomas didn't recognize. The pot began to hum, a gentle sound like wind rustling through leaves. And slowly, its copper surface warmed and glowed. Suddenly, the lid popped open, and out came fresh bread, apples, and jars of jam, enough to fill a whole basket. Tomas' eyes shone with awe. Take these, and be sure to share, Lila said, smiling as she handed him the bounty. Word of the pot's magic spread quickly, and soon, more villagers arrived at Lila's doorstep. There was Marta, the young woman whose husband had fallen ill. Silas, the old fisherman who hadn't caught a single fish in days. And even the grumpy innkeeper, who'd come reluctantly after his inn was flooded in a storm. Lila welcomed them all, listening carefully to each request and judging their intentions. In each case, the pot granted what was needed: medicine, fish, fresh linen, and firewood. It never produced excess, only exactly enough to ease the villagers' burdens. Soon, people began to treat one another with more kindness, knowing that whatever they received from the pot was meant to be shared. Then one day, a wealthy merchant from a nearby city arrived. He had heard of the magical pot and wanted it for himself. I'll pay you handsomely, he told Lila, flashing a heavy purse of gold. But Lila only shook her head. This pot cannot be bought, for it was made to serve only those who give selflessly, she said. Refusing the gold, displeased, the merchant tried to grab the pot, but as soon as his hands touched it, the pot began to emit a strange, high-pitched shriek. He backed away, his face ashen with fear, and fled from the village, never to return. In time, the villagers learned to depend not on the pot but on each other, for it had taught them the power of community and generosity. Eventually, old Lila grew too old to care for it, and one night, the pot disappeared, leaving only a glimmer of stardust in its place. Some say the pot had moved on to another village in need, while others believed it had returned to the river, waiting to be discovered by the next kind heart in need. But in Willowbrook, the spirit of the magic pot lived on in the people's kindness and unity. A quiet reminder that true magic lies in what we share with each other.